Hey, my name is Mark Fletcher. I'm the owner of Tower Systems and News Express. Today is Monday, April 4. I came back on Friday from a trip to the US where I was there for the Shop Talk conference with a work colleague. Shop Talk is a massive conference where retailers get together and kind of look at trends and look at what's happening. Prior to getting to Shop Talk, I spent a day and a half in Los Angeles looking at retail, looking at innovative retail. And there's one shop that I came across, quite unexpectedly, that was really an interesting experience that I think plays out well for all sorts of retailers. And I just want to share kind of what I saw in this particular business. So let me go and share my screen and take you to this shop in suburban Los Angeles. And the shop is called Rosie Bunny Bean. And, from that sign, it wasn't really clear what it was, but there was also a street sign that made it clear to me it was a pet shop. Now, if you're not a pet shop, don't turn off this video. Don't stop watching, because I think what they do in the shop is relevant to any retailer. Rosie Bunny Bean is a really interesting and innovative pet shop. You go into the shop and you're immediately presented by something like this inside the front door. Now, they've taken these kind of trays. They've painted them with green. They look a little bit distressed, which is fine. It's all about making the products presentable, and they're reaching out to you to make it easy to purchase. And then the whole shop is laid out like this. It's kind of like a treasure hunt. All different sorts of products. They're using different textures. They've got glass. They've got metal. They've got metal here. All different sorts of textures to hold the products and display them. And then they've got obviously their food and various products like that really laid out well, but they're using standard racking sort of shelving. But still, it's all sort of fun. I mean, even these cat neck collars, are there in a way that's very easily shoppable. The treats are laid out in this way that, again, is you can see them, you can shop the shop without having to touch a whole lot of product, but you can easily reach in and grab the product. There's a real range of products as well. We have these sort of products, for example, in pet shops in Australia, but they're not quite displayed as this. Now, here's the counter over here, and people who are standing in line for the counter are seeing these impulse items. They're very easily added to their purchase. They've got products that appear to be, quite fun and enjoyable. And they've got a really broad range of products, including cat sushi. I like sushi. I want my cats to enjoy what I enjoy, which of course is ridiculous. But they've got these products that are diverse and interesting and quite appealing from that perspective. And there's a lot of fun toys, Now, given that it's humans buying the products, we're going to be drawn to fun, and because we think pets have the same interest in fun as what we do. So these sort of products here, again, are presented in a way that's really appealing and easily shoppable. Really good range of collars, again, more toys that you can have fun with. And they've got their own tag that they use on the products, which presents their branding all the way through. They make it very appealing for pets to come into the shop. They want the pets on a leash, but they very much encourage pets to come into the shop and make it very easy for pets to walk around the shop and access it. So I want to jump out of looking at the products in the store, and then I want to take you to their website, because I think their website is where their story comes together. Rosie Bunny Bean has been in business since 2013. They're based in suburban Los Angeles. They provide urban pet provisions. So there I can tell straight away what their focus is. It's about urban pets. Now, I love the category breakdown. Cleanup, for example, poop bag dispensers, pooper scoopers and rakes. A really logical, clever categorization of product. When you're selling something online, it's really important that you categorize things in a way that's going to be sensible or logical for the shopper. And even this section for humans, they've got products that they're going to sell to humans because humans may want to add something to the purchase while they're shopping the shop. And I thought that was really interesting as well. It shows they're not just staying in this narrow lane of being a pet shop. They're doing these other things. They offer training services. They've got grooming. There's a whole range of wellness products, treats, food. I really like how the categorization is sensible. It feels, I've got pets. It feels to me like it's very sensible. It feels like it's very easy to shop. The other thing that's really, really interesting about this website is they make it very clear that it's for customers ordering curbside pickup only. We do not ship. Very straightforward. We do not ship. And I wondered about that. So I went down and had a look at, now, where is it? Frequently asked questions. Here we go. So if we go to frequently asked questions, why don't you deliver or ship? We're currently not set up for delivery or shipping for a handful of reasons. For instance, many of the smaller brands we carry don't allow for delivery as their focus is on physical, independent brick and mortar stores. As a small business in a family-focused neighborhood, we believe it's important to attract families and their pets to our actual place of business. Bam, that's a fantastic connection right there. They've used their frequently asked questions to give you a sense of who they are and what they care about. This one here I love. I picked up my order and an item was missing or incorrect. What do I do? We tried hiring a team of robots to pull orders together, but it didn't take long for them to revolt. After a long and arduous battle, we gave responsibility back to our human staff members. Since they're human, mistakes can sometimes happen. They give context for when mistakes can occur, and it makes sense. It's fun, but it's also giving all of the information that's necessary. How long does it take? Well, if you order up until 5 o'clock, you can come and do what they call curbside pickup, which is quite common in the US, which for us, we would call a click and collect. And they're typically ready within 1 or 2 hours. You receive an email with instructions when it's ready to pick up. How do I pick up my order? Well, you get the email and then you call the store, let them know, and they'll bring the item out to your car. They make it really, really easy. So I think the website representation very much fits the shop. Both experiences are the same. And I know I'm sort of digressing a little bit here, but I would note that through the work that we do with Tower, we see a lot of people creating websites for their businesses. And there is a disconnect, a serious disconnect between how the store runs online versus how the store runs physically. Even if you sell different categories of products in both situations, there should be a common feeling about the business in terms of, the voice that you're using to speak to customers, and how you present the products and kind of the fun that you might or might not have with it. If you look at the products themselves, so we'll go and have a look at, for example, cat treats. What I like about their website is all of the photos have a consistency, a visual consistency. There's a white background, you've got the product as the hero. It's really simple and really straightforward. And it makes the shop more enjoyable, the website more enjoyable to shop and more enjoyable to see. So you've got a really interesting representation of products. Again, even though this is a pet shop, I'm not here talking about it from a pet shop perspective. Actually, while I've got that photo there on the screen, these two images here stand out because they haven't cleared the background. If you look at the website, most of them have had that done, but clearly they've missed these two, and you see that they stand out pretty poorly. I like the business a lot because it very much lands well on what it does. It is local, it is family owned, but I like the business for another reason as well. And I want to take you back to the photos. Let me just bring those up. And I fear that, it may not have come through as well as it could. But the thing about this shop, I was there with my colleague, Anthony, and the thing about this shop was we went in the shop, we looked around, had a really good look at the shop, and a good look at what they do and how they do it. And I said to Anthony, the shop feels like a lot of fun. And I say that not only because of how they've laid the products out. Certainly there were lots of dogs in the shop. The staff members were interacting with the dogs, and it was a very enjoyable, friendly, relaxed experience. And I think that's what they're going for. It felt authentic, and it provided a really good connection. Now, there are tons of pet shops in Australia that do a really good job, tons of retailers that really do a really good job. But it's also easy for us to get lost along the way. And part of our job, certainly from our Tower Systems point of view, is to give you access to data that helps you understand what you're doing. And then if I put my News Express hat on, which is our retail marketing group, that business is really all about helping retailers realize the potential of their shop, and make layout decisions that are reflective of what the shop can achieve in its particular local situation. The final thing I would say about this particular business that we visited is that if you look at the fixtures and fittings in the shop, none of them appear to be purpose-built. None of them have had a shop fitter spending hundreds of thousands of dollars creating a shrine to the owners of the business. It's a hodgepodge. It's a mixture of different textures, of different shapes, of different sizes, put together probably over time to help this business tell a story in store. I like that a lot. I'm not a fan of using shop fitters. I think that they charge a lot of money, and oftentimes it's money that you're not going to get a return on in 3 to 5 years. If you can't get a good, profitable return on your shop fit expenses in 3 to 5 years, they're not worth doing. And so this particular pet shop, even though you could criticize it for saying, oh, it's not slick or professional, the reality is it does the job. It was a lot of fun. It was a very enjoyable place to visit. And the products are the heroes. Well, in fact, the pets are the heroes, but the products in terms of retail merchandising, the products are the heroes. And that's really what matters the most. One of the best things about being able to travel again is to see different retail. When we're in Los Angeles for this first part of the Trip Rider Shop Talk, we went to 15 or 20 different stores. We've got photos from lots of them, lots of different situations, lots of different retail categories. But what was interesting to me was that the best retailers were those who had used the COVID situation to refresh their businesses, to really consider how they want to sell into the future. And all of the ones that I would say were really good retailers had a very strong online engagement. They also made shopping fun. And I think that's a pretty cool thing to do right now, because people are still trying to figure out how they're going to shop in this kind of COVID normal world where it's still around and still impacting a lot of people. So look, I just wanted to share with you the images. If you're getting to the end of the video, well, first of all, thanks for staying with me. But if you are getting to the end of the video and thinking, well, gee, what was that really all about? What I would say is it's about making sure that you're having fun in your shop, helping your customers have fun in the shop, making sure the shop serves those you're focused on. In this case, it's the pets. And then if you're selling anything that you've got in your shop online, make sure you're doing it in a way that's consistent, and also in a way that's fun as well and reflective of the fun you're trying to have in the business. I think independent local retail has a great opportunity to stand out from big business. In big business, at an industrial scale, they are trying to provide personal local service, but they can't do that. They can't give the heartbeat that you've got in your heart and that connection with your local community. They can't do that. They'll think they can through big billboards and telling people that they do, but the reality is they can't. And I think that's the local retail difference. And I think that's what I like about this pet shop. It's very clear that it's local community connected. They also do a whole bunch of charity related work as well. And they nail all of that really well. And so I think local independent retail is able to do that in a way that big business can't. From my own perspective, through the work I do with Tower, we are all focused 100% on local independent retail. Through the work I do with News Express, we're focused on local independent retail. And our interest is in helping local retailers serve their local communities, create more enjoyable, more successful, and more valuable businesses. And I think we can all do that by really focusing on what matters to us and what matters to those we're trying to serve. The slickest is not always the best. The prettiest is not always the best. The funnest is the one we're going to talk about the most. It's the one we're going to remember, and it's the one we're going to tell our friends about. I hope it's been interesting and valuable. We certainly have enjoyed looking at retail, and by doing this first video about the pet shop, it's the one I wanted to do because it's the one that stuck with me the most. And I hope the reasons why I've come through in this video. Thanks for watching.